My name is Hanny Nofal. I was a submarine officer for over 10 years, and I resigned in November 2023 during the Biden administration when I recognized very early on that this was in fact a genocide, and the United States government was fully and unequivocally backing that genocide. I'm only coming out now because I had to wait until the expiration of my active duty service to be able to speak out, but I'm coming out now to say that I do not support what the U.S. government has been promoting in Gaza for the last 22 months. 250 years ago, at the dawn of this nation, George Washington gave us a warning. In his farewell address, he cautioned us against the insidious wiles of foreign influence and pleaded with future generations to preserve the independence of our political institutions from entangling alliances and passionate attachments abroad. He did not do this out of isolationism or fear, but out of the deep understanding that the strength of the Republic lies not in its might, but in its moral clarity. Not in who it can dominate, but in who it can resist. I speak to you today as someone who wore the uniform of this country for over a decade, who stood the watch aboard a nuclear submarine as an officer, entrusted with one of the most powerful arsenals on Earth. I swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I took the oath seriously, but I have come to understand that threats to our republic do not always arrive in the form of armies or missiles. Sometimes they arrive as ideologies, quiet, corrosive, and clothed in the language of friendship. And today, the greatest test of our national integrity is not in the South China Sea or the Persian Gulf. It is Gaza. What is unfolding in Gaza is not a conflict. It is not a war between equals. It is a calculated starvation, bombing, and displacement of a captive civilian population executed by the Israeli government and made possible by the full backing of the United States. Let us be honest, without the billions in military aid to the uninterrupted flow of weapons, the diplomatic shielding at the United Nations, and the bipartisan silence in Congress, this would not be possible. Every party, Republican and Democrat alike, has put loyalty to a foreign government above the lives of Palestinian children, above the conscience of the American people, and above the very values we claim to stand for. I know what these values are supposed to mean. I believed in them enough to lead sailors into harm's way. But how can we speak of liberty when we fund occupation? How can we claim to uphold human rights while enabling war crimes?